Good morning, one and all. Rob here with you, and we are going to go through some wrestling. We're going to go through some college football today. We're going to figure out who's going to win, who's going to lose, who is going to be up in that top 25 at the day's end. Rutgers is traveling to Michigan, a noon start here on the East Coast today. Both of them are 3-0. Both are 3-0, and Michigan has not shown very well to this point. This is a show me game right here for Michigan. If they come out of this game today and they win 28-24, I got reason to believe they're going to lose some games this year. I don't think that's the kind of game we're going to get out of Michigan today. I think it'll be a 20-point win. Rutgers has nothing to hold its head down about. They're a very good team. They'll be 3-1 after today. Rutgers loses to Michigan. Oklahoma travels to Cincinnati. Cincinnati last week lays an egg, and Miami of Ohio beats them. Today they're at home against Oklahoma. They are west of this hurricane. Maybe some wind included in it on the other side of the Appalachians, but I don't think so. I don't think this is going to be too much of a weather game. I think this is going to be more of who can outplay who right here. I like Oklahoma in this ballgame. I just think they got too many weapons. Oklahoma wins this game double digits over Cincinnati. Florida State is heading to Clemson. They're a 2.5-point favorite in this ball game. And I tell you, Clemson has got some things to figure out. Their quarterback situation is not very good, and they've got a couple of injuries that's a lot kind of being laid low right now. I'm not sure that Clemson's in the best position right here in this ball game. Florida State played terribly last week. Terrible. They can't play any worse than that, I don't think. But if they do, Clemson will beat them. This is a game I think is going to come down to the fourth quarter. I think it's going to be a very close game. Jordan Travis has got to play a clean football game for Florida State to win this game, even with Clemson's quarterback troubles. With that being said, I think they do it. I'm not sure they're the fourth best team in the country, but I think they win today. They squeak out a 5 or 6 point win. I think Florida State goes 4-0. Miami of Florida, the Hurricanes, number 20 in the country. Believe that? How about that one? Hadn't heard that in a while. Traveling to Temple. And the Owls, this is a team that's just hard to figure out. Temple is. They really are. Miami's not a hard team to figure. They're fast. They are deep on defense as well. Miami of Florida right here wins this ball game double digits. Colorado, number 19 in the country with Dion and the boys. Heading to Oregon, number 10 in the country. Colorado is a 21-point dog in this game. I don't see that. I do not see it at all. I understand Bo Nix is a very, very, very good quarterback. Colorado loses this ball game, but I say it's going to be single digits. I think Colorado will keep it close for a good while until the fourth quarter. Oregon wins, but they don't nearly cover 21 points. Ole Miss, number 15 in the country, heading to Alabama, number 13 in the country. Alabama has a loss. Let's see. Has Alabama lost a game yet? No. Yeah, Alabama has a loss. Ole Miss does not have a loss yet, and they're still ranked below them. Ole Miss is going to march into Alabama today and win this ball game. Lane Kiffin, his biggest win to date, will be today. They beat Alabama. Alabama is out of the playoff chase as officially of today. As official today. Duke heads to Connecticut. Connecticut, an up-and-coming team. Duke is there, though. Duke could actually win the ACC this year if they keep playing the way they're doing. Duke wins. in convincing fashion by 20-plus points in this ball game. If the Hurricane is up there, Lord, maybe a touchdown. Duke wins. Anyway, number 22, UCLA heads to number 11, Utah. Upset alert. UCLA is going to come into Utah and they're going to beat Utah this week. This is one of my upsets. I think UCLA is actually playing better football than Utah. They're going to go into Utah and beat the Utes by at least a field goal, maybe as much as 5 or 6 points. UCLA wins in an upset. Next, we got Texas San Antonio heading to Tennessee to Rocky Top. Tennessee is not playing very good football right now. They have lost to Florida. They're 23rd in the country. If they lose again, they know they're out of the top 25. They're not going to lose today. They win today by at least a 20-point margin. Charlotte heads to Florida. This is another one. You better watch out. You better keep the alert up all day long today. Florida can be beaten by a team that's faster than them, and Charlotte has some athletes. This is going to be a good ball game. This is going to be an excellent game. You look under the radar, Keith. What's going on, my friend?
Oh, hold on just a second, Rob. I have got to turn the speaker on. Apparently, it turned off on me overnight.
Oh, okay. And we're live. We are live.
Yeah, there we go. I
Um,
can hear you. So we're live, and what are you talking about?
we are. And I'm telling everybody about the upset wins today. UCLA beats Utah. UCLA is going to beat Utah today. Utah loses. Ole Miss is going to beat Alabama. Alabama has 2 losses. They're out of the playoffs after today. Colorado is going to keep it within a touchdown of Oregon today. They're 21-point dogs. I'm saying Colorado keeps it close. And I actually think Rutgers is going to play well today in Michigan. Michigan needs to beat them by 30. Both of them are 3-0 though. Neither team has lost yet. So, and this is Harbaugh's last game, and he's going to be out. So it should be interesting.
I thought he was back now.
I thought he was going to be out 4 games.
I'm hearing an echo.
I'm sorry.
Of myself.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Let's see what I can do here. Do echo. How about that?
Let me see. Yeah,
that'll do it.
Wait a minute.
A lot better. All right. Good.
Hold on. And now it's just a delayed echo.
Okay. Well, let's hope it stops. I hope it does. Arkansas, LSU. This is going to be a decent ball game right here. It really is. I think LSU is the better team. LSU is definitely the better team. And Keith will tell you that he'll be rooting for LSU all the way from one end of this apartment to the other. Big LSU. Huh?
I don't care.
You don't care? Like I say, Keith doesn't give a shit one way or the other.
I'm in LSU country, but I mean, you know.
Yeah.
But they always say, I know these are completely different rosters, but for some reason, Arkansas usually gives LSU a good game.
Mm-hmm. Seems to always fit. I think LSU wins this ball game, though. Oregon State, Washington State.
Can I ask you though, with the Utah UCLA game, I'm not really familiar with the teams right now. Is there any certain reason, or are you just kind of got a gut feeling on this?
Honestly, I have watched Utah play twice so far, and they played kind of chippy football. 5 yards, 1 yard, 1 yard, 5 yards, 1 yard. And I don't think they can play that kind of way against UCLA. UCLA is fast. Huh? They try to have a balanced offense, as balanced as possible. But UCLA is really fast. I'm not sure they're not a better defense. I'm sure they're better defensively than USC. But I'm not sure they're not the best defense in the Pac-12 other than Washington. They're a good team. They're a really good team. Right now, if UCLA and USC was playing today, I would pick UCLA to win. I really think they're that good.
So right now, Utah is ranked number 11. UCLA is number 22.
22.
I don't want to get you bogged down on this one game too much, but after this game, you think UCLA goes up to like 15 or something?
They should definitely be the
50. The other teams do, but
I mean, and Utah will probably be down around 20. They'll probably about switch positions, something like that. Pretty close. Maybe UCLA doesn't go 11. They don't go that high, but they'll move. They'll move on up though. They'll move on up.
Maybe only 4 or 5 spots
because they'll be undefeated, and there's going to be some other undefeateds lose today. That's the thing. They'll be ahead of Alabama if Alabama loses. They'll be ahead of Ole Miss if Ole Miss loses because they're both 13 and 15 right now. One of them's going to fall.
Looking ahead for UCLA, I mean, Washington State top 25 next week. Oregon State top 25 the following week. I mean, 3 of their next 4 games are against top 25 teams.
Yeah, they'll probably fall.
And then they got USC still on the schedule and a Cal team at the end of the season that's at least
that you never know what you're going to get. Yeah. What's up, Alex? I'm at College Game Day in South Bend. Can't talk long. Just wanted to say hi to you guys. Oh, hi, Alex.
Yeah, good to see you. Hey, PJ.
Take a photo and email it to me. Take a picture on your phone, email it to me.
You know, I'm sitting here pissed off because I got some inconsiderate neighbor that's had their dog outside for like 2 hours whimpering, probably wanting to get back in. Sometimes loud as hell. You think they care? Not a bit. They just leave it out there. Some people just need to be tased or something. I'm not advocating for violence, but damn.
Oregon State 14th in the country. Washington State 21st in the country. This is going to be a barn burner. This one, it could be 55-50, and it could go either way. I would not be surprised.
What team is this number off?
Oregon State, Washington State, 14th and 21st in the country. It's on at 7 o'clock today, so it's going to be a 4 p.m. start out west. I think this could be a heck of a ball game. I hope it doesn't. I hope the wind, rain, stuff like that doesn't get involved too deep with this game. I want to see a good game, and I think it will be a really good game. And I'm not even going to pick a winner there. I've not seen either one play, but they're both if they're both top 25 worthy, it should be a good game. You probably got to kind of side with the home team here, maybe by field goal.
Washington State didn't give up very many points to Wisconsin, did they?
No, I don't. No. Was it Washington State or Washington played Wisconsin?
Washington State. They beat them 2 years in a row.
Oh, okay. Texas, number 3 in the country, going to Baylor. This one right here scares the living hell out of me. I realize Baylor is a 20-point dog here. But this is when you got sleeping dogs and you're going right down to Houston. You're going right down, and it's going to be hot. It's outside. It's got all the makings of an upset right here. I know Quinn Ewers is a top 10 quarterback in the country. I know that. I know Texas is a very, very good defensive football team. I know Texas can run the football. This is just one that I worry that they're going to run into the buzzsaw. Now, of course, Texas could win this game 55-0. It wouldn't surprise me to a little extent, yes. But it wouldn't surprise me if Baylor wins this game 38-35, not one bit. I think it could happen. I don't look for it to happen. 41-31. I think Baylor keeps it close.
For some reason, when I think Baylor, though, and it's probably because of going back like 3 or 4 decades, I think of a team that's going to have a good defense, that's going to run the ball and keep a low-scoring game, but then they started opening things up like around RTC.
They've been opening it up the last few years, yeah. How about the whiteout tonight? Number 24, Iowa. They have the most basic, bland offense in the world. You got high school coaches that look at Iowa and say, okay, we can't do things that basic ourselves. Iowa is we center the ball to the quarterback, we hand the ball off to the guy, and we let him run, or we take a 7-step drop back and throw it to a tight end. Iowa, they've got one of their tight ends out now. Their top tight end is out this week, and he's on crutches. We know he's not going to play. The whiteout, obviously, big advantage from Penn State, but the hurricane is there. The hurricane is there. It has worked its way up to Pennsylvania. It's raining hard, and they're not going to be able to throw the football. Upset alert. I like Iowa in this ballgame. Iowa's defense is one of the top 10 in the country. They can stop anybody's running game. I think they stop
Iowa LaFrance or something.
Do what?
Iowa's coach is at LaFrance or something, one of their former quarterbacks.
Iowa's coach is it's not LaFrance. It's what is let's see, what is I don't think it's anything. I just think it's I'll tell you in a second. Iowa football coach. Ferentz.
Oh, Ferentz.
Kirk Ferentz, yeah. And he's been there forever. He has been there absolutely forever. And I just think Iowa gives them a game today. If it wasn't raining, it wasn't the wind blowing, I would say probably they lose by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, if Iowa could ever get a tight end like that's going to be a premier NFL tight end like a Kelsey or something down there, or a Gronkowski, and I think just run a 3 tight end offense with 2 backs, a quarterback, and 5 linemen.
Well, didn't the kid from the 49ers, George Kittle, play there? I think George Kittle played in Iowa.
Maybe.
I think he played in Iowa. It's going to be a good ball game. If the rain and the wind stays low, Penn State wins by more than 10 points. Ohio State, number 6 in the country, taking on number 9 Notre Dame. I don't understand why both of these teams are. These should be right at number 5. Notre Dame, I think, is a better team here. They're at home. They're going to be. They got the better quarterback. They don't have the receivers that Ohio State has, but that's kind of like saying that you got $500 wheels and you're driving a piece of. Yeah, I hear it.
God, I've been listening to that for over 2 hours now.
Yeah. See, I would call dog control. They'll actually come get it if they're doing that shit. They're supposed to.
Outside somebody's door, though.
Oh, it's not outside.
Well, it's outside, but it's probably like sitting just outside the door.
Well, if they bother you in an apartment complex, your apartment complex should take care of it if you contact them.
Okay. Not gonna happen here. First of all, there's nobody in the office on the weekend. But.
Oh, okay. How about you? So Keith is in dire straits. He's listening to a dog.
We got a cat looking out there right now.
He's going to turn his cat. He's going to turn his cat. He's going to turn his cat loose on that dog in a minute.
He's looking over there like, what in the heck is going on over there?
What's up, JD McCoy? Good morning, my friend. Ohio State, Notre Dame.
Good morning, JD.
Offenses, I like Notre Dame better. Defenses, I think they're pretty even. I don't think there's a lot of difference. Special teams, I like Notre Dame better. They're at home. I like them by a field goal. How about you, Keith, in this ballgame? Notre Dame, Ohio State. Should be a great game.
Yeah. I think I want to say Notre Dame's going to win. It's just, neither team has really been playing against opponents that really let you know how good they are. This is the kind of game where you find out. But, as far as Ohio State being ranked ahead of Notre Dame, the people at the beginning of the season, these people make their polls.
Yeah.
They're not just going to flip-flop those things completely without having some visual evidence or statistical evidence to do it. I mean, it's they look for games like this to all of a sudden look like the expert. Then the next week is to try to reorganize things.
So if you were betting money or you had to pick one way or the other, you would say
Notre Dame.
I think Notre Dame.
Ohio State's offense just hasn't been explosive enough for
right.
to go against them.
Probably the best quarterback so far, Sam Hartman. I agree with you, JD. JD, if you have a Cam, I can give you your email. I can give you my email address, and you can certainly come on here and join us. You are more than welcome to. This is laid back. We're laid back. 3 people watching us. You're one of them.
As far as the question, I don't think Colorado's going to win the conference. I don't think Oregon State.
The only team not mentioned right there is UCLA. And JD, if you'd have been with us 5 minutes ago, I'm picking UCLA to upset Utah today.
Washington State might be a team we kind of have to keep an eye on, though. But I mean, that team might be. It's just
I'm not sure they can win. I'm not sure they can run through the whole Pac-12 though.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so, you have to be able to run through them, and that's a problem.
For USC, it's the defense you worry about a little bit. Utah, the offense maybe is sputtering a little bit.
Oregon
is tough. Washington is
right now. Washington to me is
their defense might not be great either, but it's probably it could be better than USC.
If I had to put 1, 2, and 3 down right now, I would put Washington number 1. I would put Oregon down as my number 2, and I'd put UCLA down as my number 3. What percentage chance does Colorado have of upsetting Oregon today? I said that earlier in the broadcast too. 21 points is too much. Colorado has athletes that can run. Their problem is going to be their front 4 on defense and their offensive line.
20 and 25% chance.
Something like that. I think so. Maybe 30. It's all Shedeur Sanders cannot make any mistakes. When I say that,
Oregon will probably have to make a couple mistakes.
Yes. Bo Nix has been throwing for 4 bills every game, and they're at home.
See, I thought Nebraska had a chance to beat them if they would have gone running the football at them, using that offensive line to try to get an advantage later in the game where they're fatigued, and then you just start really taking advantage of that. But they didn't do that. And they put the ball in the quarterback's hands, and that's not a good place for it to be because he drops the ball a lot.
JD, like I say, if you'd like to come on, all you have I know Vince Vaughn is going to be making the picks today. Should be cool. I
don't understand who Vince Vaughn is. Is he a comedic actor? Is he a drama actor? Is he a horror type actor? What is he?
He's kind of like
he's all over the place.
Right. He's kind of like that guy. What's them guys that was out in Vegas? Remember? And Mike Tyson showed up with that line.
Dog.
The Tiger, I mean, what was the name of that movie? You know, they were all going out. The guys were going out there.
Hangover?
Huh?
The Hangover?
Yeah. He's something kind of like that kind of actor, you know, those guys. He does a lot of shit.
Crashers, and then he had he was in Psycho, and then he was in The Breakup with Jennifer Aniston, and he's all over the place.
He's played all kinds of stuff. McConaughey's a lot like that too. UAB Georgia. This is one I think Georgia has to lay the smack dab on them. I think they will.
Good prediction, JD.
Yeah, I like it score. I think it could be a little higher than that, but we'll see. UAB Georgia today has to enforce its will to them. I think they will. 55-3. I think they'll get a field goal. I also got Oregon beating Colorado 48-38.
I like Oregon that many points today.
I don't think neither teams are. I think it's going to be more like a 35-30 game.
Well, Oregon maybe could reach that point total, but if they do, it's going to be really piling it on in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
I think maybe up to about 30 points in the third quarter, and then after that, maybe they score 2 or 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter.
Another guy up for the Heisman, Drake May. Number 17 in the country, North Carolina. They're heading to Pittsburgh. They're undefeated. North Carolina, Duke, both undefeated this year, along with Florida State and Miami. These are some teams that's playing really well.
Do you think North Carolina's rivalry carry over to the other sports, or is it just kind of more focused on the basketball?
Football now. Football is starting to carry over. Yes, not like basketball.
Duke didn't really have much of a team here for a long time, right?
Right, but both teams now are, especially with the window of them being able to get some getting them from other college. Yeah, and I'll tell you why. Duke is one of the 5 or 10 hardest colleges, public universities, to attend to get accepted into.
Yeah, you got to have a good grade point average.
So what happens now with the portal? With the portal, they're allowed so many athletes to get to come to the school now that doesn't have to be Duke regulated or whatever you want to.
That's what's
limited. Huh?
Was that a medical and journalism school or something?
It's mostly doctors and lawyers.
Yeah, but they do journalism too, I think.
I think it may do that, even though I haven't only watched College Game Day the last few years because not a real big fan. I'm not a McAfee fan either. I do not like Pat McAfee. I'm with you, JD. If I know he's on ESPN, I turn it off. If I know Stephen A. Smith is on a show, I turn it off. I don't want to watch it. That's just me.
From what my first impression of McAfee was, he just tried to be provocative and try to create.
Well, he's just trying to cause
like a Jerry Springer type of.
He's just trying to cause a stir. That's all it is.
Yeah.
If you say something's red, he's going to call it white. If you say something's white, he's going to call it red just to mix up with you.
Mm-hmm. A guy that's not really anywhere near the level of McAfee as far as doing that kind of thing, but I still don't like is a guy you listen to sometimes, and that's Cower.
I can listen to him some.
He tries to go the opposite way on things.
I can listen to Cower sometimes because one thing about Cower is this. He will tell you, like, I like it when he does his solid 5 or solid 5 picks for the week or whatever, and he goes on record and says it. Then the next week, he'll either say where I was right or where I was wrong. So he does admit when he's wrong. Some of them don't make mistakes. He does. UNC, number 17, at Pittsburgh today. I like Carolina in this ball game. I know Pittsburgh is a good defensive program. It's going to be raining, I think. I think they're going to get some of this hurricane. We'll see. Carolina squeaks out a win. JD says, I think Arkansas upsets LSU. Like Keith said, Arkansas always shows up. They always show up for that game. I like LSU because I think they're deeper this year than ever. I like LSU in this ball game, and I actually think they're going to represent the West this year in the
LSU might not lose again this year. They get
I think they'll. Have they lost it all yet?
Florida State week 1.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So they could represent LSU, and they could represent the SEC West. Cal goes to Washington tonight, 10:30 Eastern time. This is one of those late night games. If you just can't sleep, you turn the TV on ESPN, and then you end up sitting there watching it and don't realize, oh shit, it's 2 a.m. But you don't care. California always seems to show up when they play it on the road at certain teams. Washington, I think, this is my opinion, I think they're a top 3 team in the country. JD says people around me are saying Alabama's going to lose to Ole Miss. Earlier in this program, I said it. Ole Miss will lose to Alabama will lose to Ole Miss. I think it's going to be 10 points or more. I think Alabama loses. This California.
I remember where it was, but yesterday I heard somebody predict that Alabama was going to lose 4 times this year.
I said they may lose.
I don't remember where that was. I don't recall who that said that.
I think there's a chance they could lose 4 times. Just like
on a Chicago radio station or something.
Oh, okay. I also think Clemson can lose 4 times this year. I think they're a team that's in disarray right now. Cal loses to Washington, but I tell you what, they're going to give them 3/4 of hell. Washington will get them tired. Washington beats them by 15 points. USC is traveling to Arizona State. Now, if you like to watch paint dry, you'll have as much fun watching paint dry as you will you watching USC go to Arizona State. This is not going to be a fun
You can see something happening with
Arizona State. I mean, USC is going to allow a couple of big plays. They always do, but they'll do it against a kindergarten class or a high school team. They're going their wins are generally 55-28. I don't know why, but that's generally their thing. 55-28, and they give up way too many points than they should. And then people wonder, why isn't USC in the playoff? Because their defense lets them down. I'm surprised Duke is having a good season this year. The portal means everything, JD. The portal means everything. I see where Virginia blew a last-minute game last night, 24-21. How does it work? You go out here and you try to push an official, and then you get 2 15-yard penalties, and you get out of field.
Last I had seen, North Carolina State was up kind of comfortably.
But Virginia had the chance to come back and win that game. 24-21. They lose. So,
Dylan Gabriel of Oklahoma last week, 28 of 31, 421 passing yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception.
What do you think Wednesday? Big Ten West and faces either Michigan or Ohio State. Who do you think? You're asking who? Are you asking who do we think the Big Ten West representative
right now? Huh?
Who is that?
Is Minnesota still unbeaten? They were ranked pretty high coming into the season.
Yep, and they're supposed to lose their coach next week. PJ Fleck, reportedly number 1 on Michigan State's list. Michigan State is going to fire their coach. I'm hearing tomorrow morning.
I thought he was already gone.
They're all they're doing is holding him on so they don't have to pay him in money. Yeah, I meant to say, who do you think wins the Big Ten West? Well, obviously, I think the best Big Ten West team is Iowa. But what happens if they lose today against Penn State? They take a big step backwards.
Yeah.
Now, does that affect
their division yet?
Now, I actually you go at Wisconsin. I like Iowa just because I know they've got the defense. Wisconsin, they were actually showed the door by Washington State? Yeah, Washington State beat them.
Yeah,
and I think Washington State's good, but I don't think they're great. Wisconsin, I think they got kind of shown. Next season is the Big Ten going to be really going to be chaos. 18 teams, yeah. So USC, UCLA, Oregon, all those teams will be out west.
We're more interested in the Western Division, yeah.
Well, I tell you what. How about a Big Ten championship with Oregon versus Penn State, or Oregon versus Ohio State, or Michigan versus USC? That is going to be great. That'll be good. Generally. When's the last time?
Basically, you'll get the Big Ten championship game becomes the Rose Bowl.
Yeah,
really, you want to look at it.
It pretty much. And when's the last time a Big Ten West team won the Big Ten?
But it's just they'll play it in Indianapolis. I think that's where they play it.
They're not going to play the same place every year. I don't think they're playing the same place every year. I think they're even going to try to play it in Soldier Field.
Championship is always at the Lucas Oil.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Caleb Williams' father says
they should rotate it between the Rose Bowl and there, Lucas Oil. That way they could go east and west every year. They could just rotate it. Play it. One year they could play it out there in California.
Yep.
And one year they could play, or even if it was San Diego's dump of a stadium, whatever, where they played a couple Super Bowls.
Mm-hmm. Nobody else plays there except San Diego State. They play there now. Yeah, which I don't blame them at all. They had rent free. They had rent free stadium, and they said, "Yeah, you can play there in a 50,000 seat stadium." San
Does
Diego
the
State
Rose Bowl
says,
get used for anything besides the Rose Bowl anymore? Does anybody play there?
"I don't know."
Because USC plays at the Coliseum,
right, but when USC and UCLA both play at home, they both play at the Coliseum, don't they? I think they do.
so.
I think when
And when they
both
play each
teams,
other head to head, I don't know that
I
they always
think
play.
when both teams play at home at the same time, I think UCLA uses that Rose Bowl sometime. I think they do. I think, but I'm not sure. Yeah, Caleb Williams has said he will go to USC one more year. He's got one more year after this one he can play if the Cardinals get number one. Cardinals not going to take a quarterback though. Why would they? Good Lord, they got too much money tied up with that little jabroni they got now. So I wouldn't be worried about that. They'll probably trade the pick. Chicago is the one you got to worry about if they get number one. So today my upsets are. Let's go back through here. Let's just take the upsets, okay, guys? Ole Miss, Alabama. Ole Miss wins double digits over Alabama in Tuscaloosa. First time that had been happened in 15 years. UCLA travels to Utah. They will win. I don't think by a touchdown, but by more than a field goal. 4 or 5 points. UCLA pulls off the upset. Charlotte. Charlotte will go into Florida today, folks. Charlotte is going into Florida. They're going to give them a ball game. I'm not sure they're going to win, but it's going to be a close game. Charlotte will give Florida, the Gators, a hard time. I'm not like JD. JD likes Arkansas to beat LSU. I actually like LSU to win that game today. Texas is going to Baylor. They're going to get tested big time. I say single-digit win for Texas. I really do. I think it's going to be a close ball game. Notre Dame, if you want to call us an upset, call it an upset. Notre Dame hosting Ohio State. I like Notre Dame in this ball game by about 6 points. Some of the names I've heard for possible Michigan State coaching candidates: Mike Elko, Lance Leopold, Mark Stoops, PJ Fleck, Jason Candle, Sean Lewis. I'm saying I've been hearing PJ Fleck is it. Minnesota's coach, and and I know for a fact Magic Johnson made a trip up there and he wants Dion. And what he said was this: let's make him the highest paid coach in college football and sign him to a 5-year secured. No coach has a 5-year secured. What that would mean is this: it's a guaranteed contract as long as he doesn't step outside the realm, as long as he doesn't do anything against team order. But he cannot walk away from the contract. This would be a 5-year guarantee in-house. He would be there for the full 5 years. I don't think Dion wants that. I think Dion wants to stay at Colorado until he wants to make that jump either to the Bears or maybe Washington or maybe wow. And there's a few teams that's going to be looking to.
Why would he want to go to the Bears?
Oh well, I think he would clean house. I think he'd bring his kid in there to be quarterback, and I think he'd take. I think he'd not. I think he would try to change the The culture in Chicago. Chicago. The thing is, the problem is ownership and everything sucks there. So I don't know if you'd even
No,
want to.
why is it the Bears are the team is mentioned and not?
Well, the Bears are already talking about firing their coach. They're already talking about getting rid of him, and it's his first year.
Mess.
Huh?
It is a mess.
Yeah. They're already, and they're saying he's willing to fold to pressure. You know that if you didn't see this week the Justin Fields interview, you got to watch it. He squarely lays the blame on the coaches. I mean, he says the coaches have held me back. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning.
Mr.
Watching game
Peterson.
day and having breakfast.
Mike? Have you seen the Justin Fields interview this week?
No.
Where I mean, it is sad. He even goes into detail, like, you know, I really have not been put into winning situations. JD McCoy says hi to you, Mike.
Good morning.
Mike
No,
doesn't want to talk to you, JD. He might say hi.
No, I have not.
He may say hi to you in a minute. There should be a rule in the NFL where
He's trying to get
Ohio State quarterbacks
camera
should not be able to play in the NFL.
Yeah.
Mike's so tall, he's got to kind of turn the camera up. It sure seems like Justin Fields doesn't really care about the team, to be honest. I agree with you, JD. I agree with you. He's all about himself. He's all about himself. Now Stroud has played well. Keith said, I think Stroud could be that exception because the way he came out and played. Was it one of the playoff games last year against Alabama?
Well, no, the Georgia game.
Who was that he played? Or was it where they lost against Georgia?
Yeah, in the championship game against Georgia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
he played really well in that game.
Yeah. Stroud. He played. He's okay. He's not a bad quarterback. Huh?
Fields is in over his head. And
what did you say, Keith?
Well, as far as
really
care about his team.
The problem is
he's in over his head, and he doesn't have
doesn't want
to look like it. He doesn't want to take the whole blame on his shoulders.
He does not want to take. He does not want to take the blame for anything going wrong in Chicago. And it's more than one person. It's not just one person there. It's a lot of people there. It's a lot going on. Mike, I know you're a Giants fan. What are your thoughts on the team so far? That's what JD says.
They have to improve. I think they still have to improve on their farm system. A lot of players there are several players that are going to be free agents.
No. I think he's talking about the New York Giants.
Oh, my Giants? Oh, right now they're terrible. They don't have an offensive line.
Now, JD, are you talking about New York Giants, San Francisco Giants? Clarify. I think he's talking about New York Giants. Hang tight for a second. Let's see.
I'm not.
Well, Michael doesn't care about the San Francisco Giants, does he?
Yeah, he is. He's the NFL team. You do like the San Francisco Giants, don't you, Mike?
No, I'm a Yankee fan, remember?
Oh, all right. So the NFL team. So he's asking about the NFL team now.
My Giants now, they're terrible. After watching them Thursday night, it was just it was an awful performance.
Is Dayball's coach? Is it coach in jeopardy?
No.
You don't think so? Okay.
No, don't. No, he was coaching.
They go 5-12. Does he lose his job?
No.
Oh,
I don't think he loses.
See, I disagree with you there, JD. I say if the Giants go 5-12, Dayball's gone. I think Trent Williams should have been ejected.
Why?
Oh.
I think if they're competitive, he'll still be there. But if they're
why would you get rid of him He's only been there 2 years. He's only been there 2 years.
He's not making Jones any better. Jones is just getting older and older. I think they're.
Well, you can't blame Danny for a lot of things because he doesn't get protection. How many times did he get sacked on Thursday night? He got sacked 6 times.
Quick picks, Mike. Quick picks. I'm gonna throw you 2 teams. Give me one team. Who you think wins? Rutgers, Michigan.
Michigan. Jimmy.
All right.
Jimmy's back.
Oklahoma.
Back.
Oklahoma at Cincinnati.
Oklahoma scores too many points. I think they're gonna put a 50 spot today.
Florida State at Clemson.
Boy, that's a tough game. They were just talking about it on game day, and I think they're playing in Clemson, right? Or no?
Yes.
Yeah, I gotta give it to the home team.
Wow. Upset special. Special. You hear it right here, folks. Mike says Clemson beats Florida State. Miami of Florida goes to Temple to play the Owls. Number 20, number 20, Miami of Florida.
Oh, Miami of Florida.
Colorado, number 19 in the country, goes to number 10, Oregon.
You know, I would love to see. I would like to see. I like Oregon, and I'm going to have to take them because I don't think the defense of Colorado is going to be able to stop it. I think they're going to put a 40. I think they'll put a 45 spot on the board.
And
you know
how bad did they beat them? How bad did they beat them?
45-24.
Woo! Wow, 21 points. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ole
Miss.
That big.
JD McCoy says he's going with Clemson, so it's a split. Mike and JD are both going with Clemson. Me and Keith are going with Florida State. Ole Miss, Alabama, Mike.
Alabama. I just had a feature on them.
Wow. I'm liking Ole Miss, and so is JD McCoy. I like the upset in this ball game. I like the upset. Duke at Connecticut.
Until somebody finds a big way to beat Nick Saban, you got to go with Alabama.
Duke at Connecticut. Duke 3-0.
Duke is going to win the game. They're going to go, and if North Carolina wins, that's game day spot next week.
They don't play till November, do they?
Who, Duke and North Carolina?
Yeah.
No, next week.
They must have changed the dates on it. Okay.
Just an FYI, the Yankee game, if you didn't know already, is rained out.
Yeah. Phillies is going to try to have doubleheader tomorrow. But it looks like it's going to rain there tomorrow too.
But you got an 80% chance of rain there tomorrow too.
22 UCLA at number 11 Utah. It should be a good ball game.
That's a good game.
It really is.
At Utah, go with the home team.
All right. I like UCLA in that ball game. Texas San Antonio goes to number 23 Tennessee. Charlotte goes to number 25 Florida.
That damn dog out there. Those people ought to be slapped or something.
At Florida, go with the Gators.
I'm actually going with Charlotte in this game. I like Charlotte to upset Florida. We'll see what happens. Arkansas goes to number 12 LSU. I like LSU in that game too. This one right here, I didn't even make a pick. Number 14 Oregon State. Number 21 Washington State. This should be a hell of a game.
Yeah, but it should be a great game. But they bring the flag at game day every week. Washington State.
Okay. Number 3 Texas. They're going to get scared this week. They're going to Baylor.
I'm not scared.
Texas wins. All right. How about the whiteout? Number 24 Iowa goes to number 7 Penn State.
Penn State. It's a whiteout game. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be an interesting game.
Ohio State travels to Notre Dame.
And that's the game. I am not a fan of Notre Dame. Ohio State. The only problem I have with this game is that Notre Dame is home. That crowd out there right now on TV is big. It's like 3 times the size of yesterday because McAfee was there yesterday. But I'm going to go with Ohio State.
Wow. UAB, Georgia.
Georgia, big.
North Carolina at Pittsburgh.
North Carolina, not as big as everybody thinks.
I'm with you. I think it's going to be a close ball game. Pitt's got a good defense. California at number 5, Washington. Washington could stomp them here. And this one right here may be the sleeper of the week. Number 5, USC goes to Arizona State. Keith.
I wish Arizona State had a defense. USC.
Yeah, I think so. Let's go back and check out JD's. Do you think the Cubs make the playoffs this year? I'm going to say no. Keith says.
Well, the team that can keep them out is the Marlins, and we saw what happened to them last night.
Well, I saw the highlights this morning.
I don't think it really matters. I mean, if they make it or not, they're not going to be a contender for the series.
Milwaukee's in the playoffs.
So what do you think, Keith? Do you think the Cubs make the playoffs or don't make the playoffs if you was going to bet right now?
I'll guess that they'll sneak in, but I don't think it really makes much difference because.
How about you, Mike? Do you think the Cubs make it?
Yeah.
You think so?
Cincinnati had their run. It's next year. It's next year for Cincinnati.
Yeah, Marlins and Cincinnati both one game back, so we'll see what happens there.
Top 3 Heisman candidates. I guess you'd have quarterbacks. You'd have the guy at Colorado, the guy at Washington, and.
Do you think Shedeur Sanders is a Heisman?
Right now, I do.
Really? I don't think so. Right now, I don't think so. No, I wouldn't put him up there even right now. Right now, I like Sam Hartman as my number 1. Sam Hartman.
Will he go to New York? That's the next question.
I was thinking there might be one guy that they wanted as their
Caleb Williams is number 2.
Oh, McAfee's wearing a kilt?
Harrison Jr. might still be a guy that you'd have to consider as a Heisman candidate because he's a
receiver. Can't lose, though. If they lose, I don't think he can win that, not being a receiver. I like Jordan Travis of Florida State. I like Sam Hartman, who I think is leading right now, and Caleb Williams. And then if you want to have a little further off pick, if Oregon comes out and throws a 50 spot today on Colorado, and Bo Nix could be moved way up.
That's what I think right now.
He could move way up.
He's played college football.
Padres have come and they've won 8 in a row, but the problem is they're still 3 out of the wild card right now. Michigan running back Blake Corum could be up there. Yeah, I guess so. The problem is I think Michigan loses a ball game this year. I don't think anybody in the Big Ten does. I think everybody in the Big Ten loses this year. That's my opinion. I think Penn State's going to lose to a lesser opponent, somebody that they're not supposed to. I won't be surprised if they lose tonight. But I think Michigan
next year since the Big Ten is going to be what 14
with the merger. You talking about with USC and all them coming over?
Yes. Do you think
I did not. Have you seen the schedules? Have you seen the schedules?
Louder and louder out there.
Yeah, I would. You see, I couldn't deal with that. I'd have to call the police. I would. I'm sorry.
The Pac-12. The Pac-12. Oh yeah, and today also why Oklahoma's going to win, even though it's Cincinnati's first game in the Big 12. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
That's why it doesn't matter. He said, I like it. Yeah, let me show you folks what the hurricane is looking like right now on the East Coast. It's a mess. It is an absolute mess. We've been getting rain all night long. It started here last night about 10 o'clock, right after high school football was over with. 58 degrees here right now. 58 at 11 a.m. Absolute bonkers.
You know what it is here?
Huh?
83.
Check this out. Look at all that.
Oh, wow.
Look at that mess. That is absolute.
That's all.
That is an absolute mess, folks. That's the whole East Coast for you. Look at that.
It's all green and yellow. There's only a little bit of red.
You guys got the rain?
Yeah. The yellow is some hard rain. It's not.
It's not windy.
The wind's not blowing. The wind's really not blowing. The flags are just laying down. So we're not really getting the wind. But boy, oh boy, you can see how it's going up the coast. Yeah, and it's taking its time. It's taking a sweet time.
Closer, it's worse.
JD McCoy said, 12-team college football playoff starts next year, right? Yes. Yes, it does. And right now, if I had 12 teams that I was taking, I would take – and the thing is, so far, it's so early, though. It's too early. World Series prediction, Braves, Astros, that's a pretty good one. You know what? I'm going off the radar with the deal. I really am. I'm going to go out there and be like, okay, I think some things should change. We'll see what happens.
You don't like the Phillies to go into the World Series?
I don't like the Phillies this year just because I don't like their pitching staff. I don't think the Phillies make it that far. No.
You know they're in, so.
Oh, I know that.
They're not getting a bye, though.
No.
Oh, no.
Are the Yankees getting a bye?
Atlanta,
yeah, the Yankees already got their bye. They got their good bye. Yeah.
And then in the American League.
JD, I'm gonna give you two teams I think are gonna be in there. That neither, not the Braves nor the Astros. I like your Rays. I think your Rays have got a team that can play this year. We'll see what happens there. And I'll tell you another one. Don't be surprised if the Rangers step up and play. They are starting to play baseball.
Being from this area, they don't have the starting pitching. They don't have the starting pitching even in a short series. They're going to rely heavily on their bullpen, and their bullpen has been very, very inconsistent.
How about if the Diamondbacks make it? The Diamondbacks with Zach Gallen and their pitching staff, they are good. They are good.
They are. They got a strong starting. They have a strong starting.
Don't be surprised to see Arizona go sliding in there. The Orioles are young. I think that holds them back. I don't think they're going to. I don't think
they're falling apart. Right? They've lost 3 in a row.
I'd love to see both Texas and Seattle get in and Houston not.
Oh yeah,
I know it. Yeah, and it could happen. It could happen. Well, the fact is, Houston's going to get in as a wild card either way.
No, not necessarily. They're only a half game ahead of Seattle right now.
Oh, that's right. That's right, because you got the Blue Jays in right now. Yeah,
and the Rays.
Yeah, it's the Blue Jays,
that's right.
Seattle, Texas. One wins the division. 2.
I'll tell you what. Watch out if the Mariners make it. What are they playing right now? They none of them are playing it. You think BYU beats Kansas today? Kansas is not. They're not used to being favored by a touchdown. They're favored by a touchdown over BYU today.
I like BYU in that game.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
I would like to see. I want to see Kansas win. I'd like to see Kansas win just due to the fact they're just not used to being there.
A little bit overrated.
But I know Anthony's not going to like hearing that. But I hope Kansas beats BYU today. I really do. I hope Alabama beats Ole Miss. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen though. I don't think it's going to happen. I think they're going to lose.
I saw your old coach of Liberty this morning.
Oh, Freeze. Hugh
Yes.
Freeze?
Yes, I interviewed him on the field this morning.
Oh, I was going to ask you, was you working at a McDonald's and he drove through?
Huh?
I was going to ask you if you were working at McDonald's and he went through the drive-through with his 2 escorts.
Oh yeah. That's funny. That's right. You baby.
I might sound drunk with this statement, but I think CM Punk returns to WWE at Survivor Series in November since it's in Chicago. It could happen. I think he's burned so many bridges. He's probably done. I don't know. I don't watch WWE, JD. I'm an AEW fan. The only thing I do like watching, I like his Jey Uso guy. I like him, and I'd like to see him beat Roman. But other than that, I don't watch. I don't like. I don't care anything about.
Rob, since
I don't
get
like
the
it.
chat, ask JD if he knows about Matt Riddle being gone.
Oh yeah, Matt Riddle got fired. Yeah,
Got fired last night.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Last night.
Yeah, Matt Riddle, and I don't know that he's the one that he comes to the ring barefooted.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
well,
he was going.
He's done a lot of stupid things.
He was going and he was going to have a lawsuit. He was going to have a lawsuit against WWE because he wasn't crazy about always going barefooted. And then these jabronis, where was it? And it was in Chicago, I think, Cleveland or Chicago. Come out there and throwing stuff on the floor where he had to walk on. People were doing stuff. It's crazy, man. They shouldn't be doing shit like that.
Well, he's gone. They let him go. They fired him.
He was threatening to sue him anyway. So once you start, once they get a little whisper of "I'm going to sue you," chances are it's a good chance you're gone. Good chance you're gone. And then now the guy at AEW, Bebe, he's out now. It looks like 3 months.
Who's that?
Bebe.
Adam Cole. He got hurt again.
Adam Cole got hurt. Walking to the ring. Pulled a hammy.
When he jumped over
so he's out
the other night. Yeah.
So it looks like he's going to be out for the next 2 pay-per-views. That doesn't look good for them. And then now they got to switch a whole storyline up with that. And
they don't have to really switch it up. He can
MJF. Him and MJF, I think they were going to run a big long thing with it, and I think they got to turn it. I think they're going to have to turn their belts in, so that'll be interesting.
That will be interesting.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
They were supposed to battle
Moxley's going to be out. Yep, Moxley had a concussion. He's out indefinitely. That they said that could be till Thanksgiving or later. So
did he have a concussion?
Yeah. Actual concussion. He got knocked out. He actually got knocked out Wednesday night. For real. He wasn't supposed to lose that match. And did you see him get pinned?
Moxley?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was knocked out. He was truly knocked out.
But the story is that he got hurt during the match. It didn't happen at the end of the match.
No, yeah, but I think he actually got knocked out to the point where he couldn't wake up. And then they actually had to come wake him.
And the first one they knew something was wrong. That's why they had to do a second one.
Now what's the guy that won? Penta Jr.? Was that his name? Penta Jr. or something else?
No, it was Ray Phoenix that won.
Ray Phoenix, yeah. He had to act all excited. He had to act excited, even though he wasn't supposed to win. He won the belt. Now we don't know how long. He probably won't keep the belt long.
I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with that because what's his name? Eddie Kingston won.
Who do you think should beat Roman Reigns for the title? Well, I know people that are big fans of Cody Rhodes thinks Cody should, but now they're saying Cody's days in WWE may be numbered. They're saying by December 31st he may be out.
Yeah.
So then they're already saying Jay and Jimmy. They want to work that angle for WrestleMania.
Tell
So
JD
if they do that, if they do that, then The Rock makes perfect sense to come in there, or Cena. Now Cena could do it. Rock. The one thing about The Rock, he does not want to hold a title right now because he does not want to travel at all. He's pretty much said he will show up at a site and do a one time, a one off here, one off.
Well,
to be a champion, to be the champion, huh?
He won't.
Oh, I know that, but the fact is, he's still doing appearances though for late night stuff like that. He's staying in L.A. and staying in Miami all the time.
Oh, and Cena got beat up last night at the end of the
yeah. So if I were gonna bet, if I were gonna bet on Roman Reigns losing the belt, I would say John Cena, only because he's got a contract written in where he's going to be there the next 7 shows, 11 shows, something like that. He can win the belt, but will it beat WrestleMania? It probably will. They're going to probably want to let him hold it that long. I know they're looking for a face. They haven't had a face in there since Cena and Rock. Really, I mean, they really haven't.
It can't be AJ Styles.
No, AJ Styles can't carry it.
I don't think Austin Theory can carry it.
Now, I'll tell you who I think could, but will it happen? MJF. If MJF came over, if MJF leaves, MJF's contract runs out.
Beginning of next year,
the 18th of January, 15th of January, something like that. If that happened, and then he were to go to the Royal Rumble and win it, and then go to WrestleMania, can you picture MJF versus Roman Reigns?
That crowd will go berserko.
Yeah. If John Cena wins, he breaks the record with 17 title reigns. It could happen. But right now, the thing is, I think MJF is in a place where he's happy now. I think he is. Now, I don't know that because he never breaks out of character. You don't never see him just do a shoot and just sit down and just talk to somebody straight up. He stays in character all the time, which is pretty cool. But if you're Khan right now, you got to be working at that 6-year, 8-year deal. You got to be willing to pay him money, and I think they'll do it. If you really, really care about AEW, you keep it. Because right now, in all of wrestling right now, let's say Michael and me we own 2 wrestling companies, and there were no WWE and no AEW. All it was all these wrestlers out there. Right now, if I had number 1 pick, I would take MJF over everybody. Mike would take
Michael.
Who would
I
you take?
Want to take Cody Rhodes. I take Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes, really?
Mm-hmm. I don't know why.
You see, to me, I want the ones that's going to get a pop. I want the guys that's going to get a pop more than anything. MJF gets a real huge pop when he wrestles. My top 5. Let's just say it right now. Let's say if me and Mike were going against each other, choosing, and I had MJF first, and then he had Cody Rhodes, I would take Roman Reigns second for me. He would be my second pick. He gets a pop. He really, really does. My first 3 picks would be Shield members. My only problem is the guy that wears the wild suits and stuff. What's his name?
The wild suits,
the wild clothes and stuff in WWE. He's a champion.
Hold on. Oh, Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins. To me, I would rather have Moxley if Moxley's healthy, just because I know Moxley's willing to bleed. There's a lot of things involved there. I would rather have him. You know what? I'll even go as far as to say I would like to have somebody off the NWA roster. I like EC3 right now. I
haven't watched him. I've seen his promos.
I'm calling it.
He's a champion now. He's a champion.
Right.
Rob?
Do what?
Wellness is ACPA the place you call or something? There's two dogs
you
out
probably
there.
could call your local sheriff.
See, the wrestler I would take.
You probably could call the local sheriff department and say, look, somebody's left a dog out for the last 6 hours, and I'm scared to get around them because I think maybe they might bite me, even if you're not scared, and do that. Yeah, Becky Lynch may end up getting released too, they're saying.
Yeah, that's what they do on the patrol. If a dog escaped and is out for a while, they'll call the police and they'll track them, and then they'll try to call animal control. But I don't know if animal control will be open.
And all you got, if you call the cops, they'll call animal control. They'll call animal control if you just tell them what your problem is. You know, the dogs have been out here in the heat for the last 5 hours. How hot is it down there too?
Me?
Yeah, how hot is it for you?
Me, it's 89 degrees right now.
89 degrees at 10:20. JD, where are you at, my friend? Where are you at?
Me?
We'll find out what the temperatures are everywhere right now.
I'm in
current temperature. And I'm gonna make some people feel bad.
We're gonna. Oh Lord, yeah, we're going to 100. We're going to 101 today.
How about that? Rain feels like
57. It's all right. Like I said, it's 89 heading for 101. I don't know what it is down by Keith because he's further away.
He's further to the east and he's north of you a little bit.
And the south.
Huh?
No, north. Yeah, you're right.
He's a little further north of you. Yeah. Just a little bit.
Directions.
Not much though.
That's all right. North and east. That way, yeah. Their guest picker today is Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
Because he's from North
Colorado, or is he from Oregon?
They're in South Bend.
Now he didn't go to Notre Dame, did he?
No, they haven't picked yet. They picked.
No. Did he attend Notre Dame?
Did he attend? No, he's a fan.
He's a fan of Notre Dame.
He was in the movie Rudy. That's where he got to start.
What did he do in Rudy?
We don't know. We're trying to figure that out. I vaguely
was
remember.
Vince Vaughn in the movie Rudy?
I don't know if he's in.
He was Jamie O'Hara.
Okay. We kind of barely remember. Oh. Holy crap!
So he was the guy. He was the guy
MJF.
that did. Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
No, but he's a big fan of Notre Dame football, and he usually picks during the year.
53 years old.
Right.
And let's see if he
did go to Expendables?
College. Huh?
Is he in that movie, The Expendables?
I do not know that. I do not know.
The new Expendables movie just came out. Anyway.
His very first role, 1993, Rudy.
Is there? That's right. That's what they've been saying all morning.
All right.
Because the little Notre Dame mascot has been roaming around the area. They have a nice crowd out there. But then I'll turn to the Oklahoma game because that's an early game. Yeah. Oklahoma, Cincinnati, and then I'll switch back and watch Colorado at 3:30 because they're on this afternoon also.
I gotta plug my phone in. My phone actually went to 0 right there.
Hey, yeah, happy New Year.
Yay! Something to cheer about, right?
Yay.
Oh,
What are you watching, Bones? Okay. Oh, it's that time. Here.
Keith's still not back yet, huh?
Shower.
Mike, Keith ain't back.
You said to tell you I am ready. Yes, I am. There goes There goes the cat.
Keith, another wrestler I would take pretty high is Gunther. I like Gunther too. I like him pretty good. Yeah. JD, would you like to come on with us sometime? You see, we're really, really, really high tech here. You know that? Maybe I'll switch us around. Let's see if I can switch me and Keith around here. Poof. You're like, yeah. How about that? Let's see. How about that? That. Poof. Poop. Oh, me. That's just messing around a little bit, guys. Messing around a little bit. Of course, we can change the color. I got red right there. Let's go for a different color today. Let's go bright blue. Poof. All right, how about that? I'm actually going to be leaving in about 10 minutes to head over to my parents' house to watch football games today. Yeah, uh, we come on all the time. You're more than welcome to join us. So, uh, if you don't want to, all you got to do is say no, and we don't hold that against you. But I was just wondering if you ever would want to join us, like in football picks in the mornings. You wouldn't even be a special guest. We'd put you on as a regular. Have you as a regular on Saturday mornings? Saturday morning picks. Yeah, it'd be awesome. Got my wild strawberry. That doesn't even look strawberry, but it is. Keith is Keith is very upset. Keith is got a dog that's been outside 90 degrees, 95 degrees where he's at right now. Been outside about 4 or 5 hours. They haven't given me any water, and he's still just out there barking like crazy. Uh, Keith is like John Cena. You just can't see him. Hey, he's been here before though. If you watch old videos, he's actually been sitting here beside of me 2 different times. Yep, we've had him here at the house twice. We had him here in 22 and then 23. Yeah, we had him here earlier in this year. We sure did. Yeah. Harris has been here. I went and visited. Wow. Yeah, man. I've seen some other folks. Yeah. There's a list of people I've seen and visited. He's like Beetlejuice 3 times his name and he magically appears. Let's try it. Keith White. Keith White. Keith White. You can tell he's running the air conditioner because look at the blinds. Look how the blinds are shaking back and forth. Air's running in there. I think Nick Saban retires pretty shortly. He could. He could. I think he probably sees that the great teams of Alabama is starting to go away. The eras of winning 4 and 5 in a row is going to start slowing down. What's up, Bob Bryant? I don't think Georgia's going to win it all this year. I really don't. I don't think Georgia's going to win it all this year. Meow, 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 meow. There's his cat. There's his cat. Yeah, their quarterback situation is a mess. There's Keith's cat. Check it out. Meow, meow. And she is looking at us. Look at that. Check it out. Meow. If I had to predict right now for champion, I would say Michigan. Right now, wow. If I was going to take somebody right now, who would I take? Wow. Washington. I'm going to actually go Washington. Wouldn't that be something? It would really do the Big Ten and Pac-12 proud this year. Pac-12 would love it. Big Ten
right.
next year would love it.
Got some other neighbors out there too, and doesn't appear anybody's in there in the apartment. There were 2 dogs. One fell off of the patio, off the balcony. So the local police department's on their way. So I'll let you know further what's going on when I find out.
You talking to us?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you was on the phone with somebody.
No, I'm talking to you.
We thought you. Yeah, okay.
All right, I'm going back out there for right now.
One of the dogs fell.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. One of the dogs fell off a balcony, folks. This is just pure insanity. Okay, folks, if you have pets, this is one time I'm gonna take the screen over here. If I can, see if I can. There we go. Just for a minute. If you have pets, it had 1 or 2. Yeah. If you've got pets, do not leave them outside in this heat. You wouldn't leave a kid out there, or you shouldn't leave a kid out there. This could end really not very good right here. This could be bad. He's in Louisiana. This could make news. This could be a news-worthy story coming up on the Jabroni Network. It could. Yeah. And if he does, then do you take the owners of these dogs into custody? I'd say yes. Keith says these dogs have been outside for the past 4 or 5 hours. 4 hours, 5 hours. 90-degree heat, no water, and they're just screaming. That's not right. I'm sorry. Yeah, Keith needs to come back and tell us what kind of dog it is. Cat lands on his feet. A cat, you should get some water and bring it out. Fact is, though, he's trying to get them to be quiet too. He said he's not had any rest this morning, so he's trying to get somebody to come. I think to actually go get the dogs. So we'll see what happens there. Bob says he's coming home to his pets on Monday. He gets to see his dog, gets to see his cats. He's ready for it. A little bit of a hurricane here today. Hurricane here in the southern part of Virginia. We're getting rain. Not much rain and not much wind right now, but we're getting the rain. The whiteout game tonight in Penn State probably going to be affected by it. A lot of football games tomorrow. Baltimore, Orioles, I think. I don't know. Are they at home today? I think they're on the road. I know the Phillies game canceled. Yankees game canceled. The Mets are at Philly. That's right. The Mets are at Philly right now. Or is it Pittsburgh this weekend? Pittsburgh. I think it's Pittsburgh. I don't know. Bob says nothing going on down in Shelby, North Carolina right now. But Phillies are at home, I guess, against the Mets. Is that right? I guess that's right. Orioles are in Cleveland. Okay. Orioles are in Cleveland. Their game up right now. Wouldn't that be some stuff though if you can hear those dogs still whelping. That is not good. It would be wild though if the Rays ended up winning that division. It could happen still. Still got a week. Still got a week to go. It could happen. And they've still got 3-4 games head to head. That's going to be big. So the Phillies, if they don't have to make these games up, they won't. If they stay as the number one seed, they're not going to worry about it. If they have to play them, they will. So we'll see what happens there. Looks like Phillies will be number one wild card. Looks like they could be playing the Diamondbacks. It looks like. I don't know. We'll see. Rain is coming down, that's for sure. But the flags are just limp today. The flags are limp. Nothing going on there. Been on with you here for an hour, 28 minutes. I'm going to try to catch up with Keith, what he's got going on today in his animal situation. And if we get some clarification, maybe he'll come on and tell us what's happened, okay? You all have a great, great day. God bless. We'll talk to you soon. Upsets of the day. UCLA beats Utah. Notre Dame beats Ohio State. And the big upset of the day, Charlotte goes into Florida and beats the Gators. We'll see if it happens. God bless. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Oh, Ole Miss beats Alabama, too. Ole Miss beats Alabama.